Oy. That's my drink. Hello. Uh, Coming to you live from this chair. I'm so fucking tired. Oh. Love and the aftermath. Glorious name. Glorious, glorious name. Guess we just get right into it, yeah. Smoking, one of my many addictions. Okay. So, being in love. It's fun. It's everything they say it is. It is. Everything they say it is. Except it's not really. Real love, I'm sure is. I'm sure real love is divine, perfect in every way. Where's my Wi-Fi ring a dick? Oh wait. And real love is bitch. To find, I mean. I mean, if you found it and you love your partner and your partner loves you, then great. Really, that's great. Happy for you. Toxic love. Yeah, that's the one you gotta look out for. That's the one you gotta say. You gotta recognize and say, nah, not for me. Not for me. I thought I'd start by saying my own experiences. Not without giving too much away, but kind of being like, hey, if you're in the same boat, here's something to look out for, kind of thing. When I fell in love, I thought it was everything. I thought it was so great because it was so fast. You know, we didn't even know each other for that long. And yeah, we were already saying, I love you and getting right to the point. And it was great because that's what I wanted. I wanted somebody to say they love me. See, that's not the point. Real relationships take time, you know, they take effort to build up, to grow. So when you're in a relationship that's as quick as that, like they say I love you in the first couple of days, get the fuck out. Yeah, get out. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't get out in time. In fact, I stuck in it for a long time. Even though the relationship had ended, even though they had made me a martyr, they had cast me out, turned my friends against me, all that good shit. They made me feel like a monster, a beast. I grew blind to their tricks, their tactics. I was blind to it. What tricks? What tactics? Glad you asked. See, I didn't really think of it, but much, much, much later, far later than I'd like to admit, started seeing it for how it truly was, how it truly played out. The monster underneath. Monster underneath it all was not me. I believed I was. I wholeheartedly believed I was because they made me believe I was. I blamed myself. Because they made me believe myself. They made me believe them. That I had wronged them so badly, in such horrible ways. And it plagued me for 3 years. Because I believed who would lie about that? Who would lie about such a thing? Well, they would. Narcissists. The real culprits. They would. There's no point questioning the why. They did it for fun. They did it because it was unjust and cruel. Just because they could. And that's something about me I need to cut out of my life. The old me that clings to them. That thinks, no, that it's all fine. Like, it's just me, trying to get over it by thinking they're the evil ones, by thinking that, no. I was bullied, broken down, laughed at, ignored, ashamed, made a fool. They gave me fucking nothing. They gave me nothing and expected me to give them everything. They wanted me to donate blood while I was bleeding out. And then when I cracked under the pressure, when I exploded because of the injustice, they used that against me to say, look, that's the monster. You see, don't you? You see it? That's the one who's to blame for all of this. That is who they were. And I'm saying this now because it's something I need to hear myself. It's something I need to get out there. Because if I don't, I will keep falling into the same traps. Same damn fucking traps in my mind. And I will keep thinking about them. I will keep longing for them. I will keep thinking them of as great beings that blessed a weary poverty. And that wasn't the case at all. They were low level beasts trying to kill something they couldn't even comprehend. And I've been trying to wrap my head around thinking of myself as a powerful person, a strong person. And every single time I default to, no, that's egotistical, that's narcissistic, that's all this shit. If it was narcissistic, I wouldn't say it. If I was narcissistic, I wouldn't question if I was narcissistic, now would I? I would think I was right. Think, yeah, I'm right. I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I wouldn't question it. I wouldn't doubt it. The very reason that I doubt it, the very fact that I doubt it, is proof enough. Be very proof that I'm not one. I grow tired of horrible fucking people taking advantage of the vulnerable. Selling their lies and their bullshit just to make a quick penny. It's all bullshit. And it makes me fucking angry that they get away with it. I used to be so mad at myself for how I treated them. I used to hate myself. Beat myself up over it every day for 3 years. I wasn't even in contact with them, but for 3 years, I beat myself up. I martyred myself. I never let myself forget it. Because I thought that's what I deserved. But they had probably forgotten about it. They had moved on. They didn't give a shit. Me, I tormented myself over it. I didn't let myself live. I isolated myself from friends. Hid away in this room. Avoided public places because of the fear that I'd run into them and it would start something. They had the audacity to say I traumatized them. Who's really traumatized? The one making the claims who walks away smiling? Or the scarred dog that's bleeding on the ground, chewing on its own fucking arms because it believes it's the problem and kills itself? So I'm done. I'm done playing that role. I'm done being that guy. Because the thought of them makes me sick. It's keeping me in old patterns. It's keeping me from being the person I want to be. Not necessarily meant to be, but want to be. I want to move on. I want to run away. I'm impatient. I want to succeed in this life. Despite all the unfair bullshit that's happened to me. I'm not the universe's fucking toy. I'm going to stop pretending I am. Because I'm more than that. $3 years, though. It's a long time. An innocent person doesn't do that. They don't blame themselves for 3 years. When I found out the truth very recently, by thinking and reflecting, by sitting in the shadows of my mind, I saw the truth, the undeniable one, that it was all a lie. It was fake. It wasn't true. And they used me. It was kind of like Gojo fighting Sukuna. It was an unfair fight he was never going to win. Because Sukuna summoned fucking Maharaga and that other weird thing. Never going to win the fight. That's something I do a lot. Subconsciously, I self-sabotage. Don't know why. Do now, though. It's the part in me that sees the injustice that I don't. So I self-sabotage to get me out of fake situations. To get me out of horrible situations that will kill me. And believe me, I've nearly died a lot. Mentally. It's a fucking shock I'm still alive. Gonna be real. So I've been through a lot. I'm tired of lies. I'm tired of fake smiles. I'm tired of wearing a mask in public just to keep up appearances. To say, look, I'm fine. It's fucking boring. Really fucking boring. I want to be me. the real me. I want to be me and not have people say, "Oh, are you okay? Are you fine? You need a minute?" Like it's that fucking game. We happy few. Look, just because I'm wearing a mask and I haven't taken my pills does not mean I am miserable. I'm free. I'm having to play this dumb fucking fake game. I'm free. Or at least I'm going to be. Because aren't you sick of the lies too? Aren't you sick of the fakeness of it all? How everything is just seems so fabricated. Everything. Advertisements. How people present themselves on TV just to be entertaining. Yet behind the scenes, those same people are miserable. They fall into drug addictions, alcohol addictions, scandals. Why do you think that is? When they appear to be so friendly and so warm and so kind on TV, it's an act. It's an act, not real. It's all scripted. They aren't letting themselves take the mask off and be real. And it's exhausting. But that's what I want to do. I want to take the streamer book of you want a big audience, you want to journey through the streamer life, you want to be like the greats. Well, you got to be engaging. You got to be, you know, always talking. You got to be always blah, 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 blah. Express your face. No. And if people do see this, they're like, oh, you won't grow like that. Yeah. And I'd rather be real with no one than be fake and at my fucking limit with everything. This is my mindset. If I'm real all the time. I don't hide how I feel. I don't sugarcoat anything I say. If I'm just honest, people meet me in real life, they won't be disappointed because they'll see exactly the person that I am on screen because I haven't lied to them. And yeah, I come off as intimidating, as unapproachable. I know that. That's who I am. That's who I am. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm a dick either. I care. I care for people in my own way. I care how they're treated. I see it. I see people ignoring homeless people on the street all the time, and it makes me mad. Because they always assume the worst, that they just want drugs, when that's not always the case. And even if it is the case, I'll happily give you money. Will it kill them? Probably. Probably not. Why should I care though? Well, I'm not homeless. And since I have a low threshold for the cold, I can't imagine living on the streets. I think I would actually freeze to death. So if drugs and heroin make them feel fine in their situations, then who are we to say no to that, to take that away from them? And yeah, I also argue that by divulging into it, we're giving them an excuse to just keep drugging up and numbing it out. Have you seen how difficult it is to live out here, even if you're not homeless? How scarce the job market is? How scarce it all is? It's all a big fucking joke. They're living in terrible times and they all want you to be happy about it. They don't want you to complain. They don't want you to be silent. They don't want you to react. They want you to be silent and play nice. That's what narcissists do. They take you for everything and expect you to play nice. And when you act up a little bit, they replace you and make you look like the victim. Make you look like the accused, like the abuser. Make themselves look like the victim. Even though they were the ones harassing you and bullying you. It's funny because they get away with it. Always the cute, innocent ones too. The ones you least expect. They're the ones that take advantage the most. Now, I'm not saying all cute and innocent people are like that. Because I'm still on the sideline of, well, I'm on the hill that every argument does not boil down to race or gender or sexuality. It boils down to person, the individual. That's what it boils down to. You see, if we were all brains in jars, you could see it more clearly. Who's the asshole and who's not. Bodies just give us an appearance, but we are just brains. By being real, by taking my mask off, by ditching it, I'm hoping that I no longer give my energy to those who don't deserve it. And instead, kind of hoard that energy within me so it keeps me refreshed, so that I recharge, so that I can be content. Oh, wait, the word content. Believe me. Because I can prove one thing: you don't need to be polished. You don't need to have everything. You don't need to be traditionally successful to be fulfilled. Case in point, look at any celebrity ever. They should have it all, right? The money, the fans, the fame. Yet so many of them are depressed. So many of them are miserable. So many of them die young. That's proof enough for me. If by being fake and unpolished means that I'll get lots of money, but I'll die unfulfilled, then I don't want it. I want to be fulfilled because I'm fucking empty. Emotionally, I'm fucking empty. I'm so bored. And it's getting to the point where distractions are getting boring. You could argue it's mental health related. Well, no shit. But at the same time, it's not. This world we live in. See, a lion doesn't have a fucking penthouse. Doesn't have a fancy car, does it? It just has its tribe. And it eats what it catches. And it sleeps. That lion is fulfilled. I want that. I want to be fulfilled. And being fake will not get me fulfilled. Being fake will fucking kill me. It will drown me. I don't want to drown. I want to fucking swim. I want to swim to shore. Get on land and breathe. I don't want to be fed advertisements about, do you want to try the new antidepressants? Do you want to be blah, 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 blah? No, I don't. I want to be free. Be free. To live and die as I choose. Without being judged. I'm going to be judged anyway. So let me rephrase that. I want to live without the feeling of shame for being judged. I want to not give a fuck. I want to not care. Not because of some underlying mental health issue or being suicidal, I don't know. I want to be fulfilled to the point where I don't care what anyone says. Because I'm content. That is my truth of like, these people are like, oh, look at this guy. He looks so fucking dead inside. Wish I wasn't him. Were you afraid? Because behind closed doors, when your mask is off, this is exactly what you look like. I'm just not ashamed to take mine off and show it. Because I don't care anymore. I don't care. As a human being, it's my right to do as I please. That's quite a gift because if a lot of people had that mindset, they'd do a lot worse. So considering mine is to just live fulfilled and live free without looking like I'm following a script of life, it's pretty good in my book. That's what I'm going to continue to do. If anything gets my way, I'll either ignore it or address it. And it's already working because there's a person in my family who's a massive narcissist, and the rest of the family don't like her. None of them have the balls to say anything. They're all talk. They all say, "Oh, I should say something to her. I wish I could say something to her, you know." Blah 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 blah. Another family member of mine. Yeah, I stood up to this person. I was sick of their shit and how they were treating the rest of us. So I stood up to them and set boundaries because I was done. I didn't care if it broke the family. I didn't care if it upset her. I didn't care. It was upsetting me and the rest of us. I mean, I got praised, but then I was told by another family member that they were glad I did it because if I didn't, they would have. That was a lie. People pleasing has always been in my vocabulary. I've always tried to keep the peace. And keeping the peace sounds like a nice thing, but it's the opposite. Because keeping the peace when you're surrounded by hungry fucking sheep who will happily trample each other to get food or to run away. Keeping the peace with them doesn't really fix anything. It just prolongs the fighting internally. Even though I'm the youngest adult, I am the youngest adult in this family. I was the only one who stood up, called out their shit. I was tired of it. I was tired of their bullshit. So I kept that way. I broke the peace. Because if I hadn't, old patterns would have kept spinning. Nothing would have changed. And that's the important thing about boundaries, by the way. If you lay them, don't lay them once. Because people that break boundaries will find a way to break the new. They will keep doing it. You have to keep persistently placing down new boundaries every time until they fucking get it. It's a hassle, it's a pain in the ass, and it's what you gotta do. What you gotta do. weirdly freeing. You know, since dropping my mask, since letting go of all the external pressures of trying to keep it up, and just being honest, open, just letting it all out, like opening Pandora's box, not caring what people see, if it scares people, if it intimidates them, if it makes them physically move away, by not caring what they think, what they say about me, walking around as the hollow man before you, because this is me with zero fucking energy in me, tired and exhausted and burnt out. I no longer overthink. I just say what comes to mind. I no longer care. I'm losing the anxiety because I'm not performing. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. A weird sensation. Of course, I'm not perfect. I'm not quite there yet. I don't have all the answers. I might be wrong, and that's okay. Because I haven't found fulfillment. I haven't found true happiness. And that's just fine. But I'm going to search. I'm going to find the missing piece. I'm going to find the truth. I'm going to search using these streams as a way to process this stuff. I'm not doing it for gain. I'm not doing it for anything, even if that is hard to believe. I'm doing it because I won't listen to myself talking alone in my room. So by talking to a microphone and recording this and streaming this, it seems a bit more real. Where the message is getting across clearer. So that's what I'll do. Seems my Wi-Fi is taking a hit. Well, said all I think I want to say. Yeah. Living in the shadow was fun. because the real me lives in the shadow. And being in the face of something pure is eye opening. And somewhere I can finally just drop everything and just exhale, be me, sleep, rest. A lot to uncover. There's a lot to cover. With that, I'm going to call it there. Come on. It's a bit moody, wasn't it?